Hey guys, welcome to my Sims build of the Soma residence from Fruits Basket, more so the updated one, and I do this in my own way, so not everything in this build is going to be perfect. I'm not a Sims builder normally, I just really wanted to make this house because Fruits Basket's one of my favourite animes, and that's kind of what I'll be talking about as this video continues. Now, loads of you must have seen the old Fruits Basket, the original Fruits Basket anime. It was okay, I just didn't like how most of the stuff from Fruits Basket, the manga, was left out. However, when they said that they were going to make a newer version of the show that explores the entirety of the manga, I got very excited, needless to say. And I love Fruits Basket, and I love Yuki. Okay, he's my favorite character, gotta say. Kyo's cool, but Shigure is alright. Like, I like a lot of the characters, but mostly the main cast are like my favorites, so to speak, apart from Kagura and maybe like Uwu, maybe. But either way, getting sidetracked a little bit. So this build, difficult for me, by the way. I do not build Sims houses, it's not something that I generally do, and I don't know why I've started, but like I want to do loads of different anime like houses. It sounds really sad when I say it like that, but it brings me joy, so you know, let me be. Yeah, I do get distracted and off topic quite often, so I'm going to try and make it a bit more coherent. So yeah, the anime was really good. There was like 4 seasons, I believe, although, God, I hope I'm not incorrect on that. But so there's plenty of images for the house itself, but not for all of their rooms. Like Shigure's room, I didn't even know where to start. The kitchen area was probably the hardest. The house was changed a lot because I messed up on so many occasions, especially with the floor leveling. I'm not used to like doing that. Like, you have to understand, I usually make the most basic of houses when it comes to The Sims. Like, I used to just draw a square, put windows on it, put a door on it, and then we'll call it a day, and that's all I need. But recently I've actually been really interested in doing it, and especially because I am on PS4, I'm not doing this on like PC, so I'm a lot more limited. Like, I don't really have mods or CC, which is custom content for those who don't know, so I've got to kind of deal with what I've got, which is most of the Sims stuff and maybe some stuff in the gallery, but that's just stuff that's already been built in game, so you know, I'm not really getting as much as I could do out of this build. So there are a few things that are different, and I also wanted to have a bit of modern in there, like with the computer or the computers scattered around, because like if anyone's going to use this house, they need to kind of have computers in there, but there's not loads, just like 2 computers. And I also used the Snowy Escape Pack, as a lot of the items are very Japanese themed, which made me very happy because it made making some of the attributes of this house a lot easier. Although I will say, roofing, not my thing. I know that now. I hated it. I hated every minute of it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing in this game. I really don't, and I don't know how I can make you understand that enough. And also, I think I readjusted those front windows, like, and had like 50 different kinds of windows on the front there because of the way that the front of the Soma house does look. And I was like, I don't think there's going to be anything for that. I don't think I'm going to be able to find windows that's good. But no, I figured out the problem, so it's all fine. Turns out I needed a door there, not windows, and then I got myself sorted, and I knew what I was doing. But this house was difficult to build. This isn't even a speed build. What am I talking about? This build took longer than it should have. I'm gonna say that. If it was any experienced builder, they could probably do this like less than a day, like way less, like a couple hours. But it took me 2 days because I got really lazy the first half of doing this, because I had this whole plan for like the way I wanted it to look, and it just wasn't looking the way I really wanted it to, but I got there eventually. Luckily there were some little things in the front of the house that were actually attainable in like the Snowy Escape pack, so that made things a lot easier when finding certain items that you could kind of relate to the original look of the house, although some things have changed, like there's no staircase to the front door, but that's because I ended up like leveling it up higher as well, so that there could be kind of like a porch scenario going on. I actually didn't realise until recording this how different it actually ended up looking once I figured out kind of what I was doing. Like, I still don't think it was that great. I'm sure there's people that might have done a better Soma house than me, but like, I tried so hard with this one. I really did. I was experimenting with tools. You can see the floor disappear there. See, like I tried. All right, I'm just not good when it comes to all of this building stuff. I use it like move objects on, but like there's so many different things you can do on PC that I just cannot do here, which is a bit upsetting, but it's fine. I did the best that I could. I think you'll like the end result, hopefully. I tried to make the inside as accurate as I possibly could with the way that the whole place is laid out and the doors, and I just hope that you like it. The Soma house is obviously featured in so many of the episodes of Fruits Basket, and it's got different iterations through the first anime, so the way it looks in the manga, and then of course the way it looks in the most recent remake. And so I kind of wanted aspects from the different versions, to be honest, just to make it a bit more, you know, unique to me. Thanks, microphone, really appreciated that. Wonderful. Right, now that this microphone has finished ruining my life, we can continue. So yeah, I had real problems with these platforms. I didn't really know where I was placing items. The amount of times I had to go back and look at the photos of the different rooms, so like Toru's room, Kyo's room, Yuki's room, and like how many times I had to look at the kitchen from different angles. I didn't know what I was doing, and in this part particularly I still had no idea. I thought I knew, I really had no clue. Okay, so for those of you who don't know much about Fruits Basket, let's get into a little bit of a history lesson, shall we? Alright, so the manga was written and illustrated by Nasuki Takaya? I'm so sorry, like, don't trust my pronunciation. It was basically a semi-monthly shoujo magazine originally, you know, as they all normally tend to start out. And it was running from 1998 to 2006. And obviously the title of the anime itself comes from a popular game that was played in Japanese elementary schools. So that's kind of a part of that. So the way Fruits Basket basically works is Toru's mother dies in an accident, and Toru ends up becoming homeless and thinks she's camping out in the woods, but in actuality she's in one of the Soma residences areas, and basically they own this whole plot of land. And she obviously knows Yuki Soma from school because she goes to school with him, and obviously now she's just in a tent, and then they're basically like, no, don't be in a tent, you can live with us, and you know, we're not gonna charge you anything, but if you do the cooking, cleaning. I feel like this story is kind of like Snow White if Snow White's mother, you know, didn't try and kill her, you know what I mean, like her stepmom. But either way. And I forgot to mention the best part, in all honesty, is the part where you find out that the Somas are a very special family. You know that they're quite like prestigious anyway, they're well known, but the Somas have a curse on them where basically if they hug anyone who is the opposite sex, they turn into an animal of the zodiac, including the cat, which is Toru's favourite. And that's all I'll really say on it. A lot of drama, a lot of sad times, especially in the more recent anime. Very, very big sad, very big sad. But I do love it. It's one of my favourite romances. Yes, I'm a sucker for romance, alright? You judge me all you want, but you know, like, I can't help it, okay, guys? Like, I'm lonely, leave me alone. Totally unrelated anime, but can I just say for a sec, I'm really excited to actually be able to play Danganronpa Decadence, because that came out like literally a month, like this month. It literally came out earlier this month, and I've been wanting to play it, and that's something I will do on my channel. I probably won't play it, but I'll probably do like a collection review or whatever of the collector's edition if I can still get hold of it. If not, I'll just play the game. Either way, yeah, just random note I wanted to add there. So currently in the build, I can see that I'm currently doing the wallpaper. I found out that they actually had like the Japanese style wallpapering, so I just used a lot of that because, you know, why not. I do change some of this up though, especially when it comes to the bedrooms. A lot of this house changes, to be honest. I thought it was going to look a certain way, and then at some point I just completely 180 myself and changed like most, if not all, of the layout. I mean, it's coming together slowly, but also I didn't put anything on the balcony, and I didn't put a lot of stuff there because obviously people that want to use this house might want to put like their own stuff in or make it better because they might have custom content, or, you know, whatever people want to do with this house. Or if they can improve it, please be my guest, like tell me what I've done wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I always feel like I don't have the most impactful things to say, but I do love talking. In fact, it's something that I can't stop doing, so I do apologise. It's just my pastime, as my mum used to say. I could, you know, talk for England if I so desired. But, you know, anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Anyway, moving back on to Fruits Basket, or your favourite zodiac. So, okay, my favourite zodiac is the rat, just because I was born in the year of the rat. I don't really like rats. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but yeah, just thought you ought to know. I also wanted to say thank you guys so much for supporting my content, or those that have stuck around and like continue to watch my videos. I've gone through so many different phases of my YouTube life, if you even want to call it that. Like I've done so many channels for so many different things before, so it's nice to actually stick to something that I'm actually enjoying right now, and this is the kind of content I want to obviously pursue in future, mostly anime related, but I might spring some games in there depending on how things go. But until then, I'm quite satisfied with where things are now, and I'm just really enjoying what I'm doing currently, so just thought I'd add that part in. Also, what is your favourite anime? Because, like, I have a load. Obviously, Tokyo Mew Mew is my, like, number one. It's the first anime I ever watched. I think Fruits Basket must have been, like, the fifth anime I ever watched. Like, the original series, of course. But, other than that, like, I've watched so many different things, like Higurashi, Haruhi Suzumiya, Corpse Party, Kami-sama Kiss, Maid Summer, Love Live. Of course, how could I forget about Love Live? And The Devil is a Part-Timer, and sorry, I'm just looking at like my manga because the names aren't really coming to me right now, I'm not gonna lie. I will say Blackbird is an amazing manga, and if you hadn't well done. If you haven't had the opportunity to read it, I would highly recommend. There is no anime version, never has been, never will be, but the manga is just, it's, if you like romance, like, and supernatural elements, like, it's definitely nice. None of that sparkly vampire bullshit though, I can assure you. It's very good. Back to anime I like. Controversial opinion, but I actually really love Fairy Tail. I know a lot of people do not like it and think it's a mix between Bleach and One Piece, but I really, really like Fairy Tail. So I love Lucy Hartfilia. I wanted to cosplay her a long time ago. I never really got the chance to. And to be quite honest, I haven't actually seen the entirety of Fairy Tail, like not the last season, I'd say I haven't seen. But yeah, I just really like Fairy Tail. That's only like one of the bigger ones that I enjoy. I never really liked Bleach, and I didn't like Naruto. I wasn't really a fan of One Piece. I've seen some One Piece, but I don't really like it that much. So a lot of the stuff that I watched, if it was really, really long episodes, it was only really Fairy Tail. And obviously I think Death Note, but Death Note's not like long, but it's quite long compared to some of the anime I've watched, like Kakaguri and Death Parade. Those were two good ones as well. Highly recommend these animes, guys, highly. Also, my sister's name is Smokey Decernia, and like she does like art commissions at the moment. So if you're looking for art that kind of is like my profile picture, go to her for that, because that's who made my profile picture. But before that, my friend Danielle, who's a World Twinklebird, but used to be, she's now like Magical Turtles, I believe. I'll have to actually fact check that real quick. I was correct. Her name is Magical Turtles Artist, and you can commission things from her as well, I believe, and she does some very, very good art. I keep telling her she needs to have her own stall, but she's a little resistant. She wants to be able to be sure that she can actually sell her art, so I promised I would advertise for her at points. So definitely check her out if you're interested in mostly anime related art when it comes to specific shows like Danganronpa, Hetalia, and there's quite a few others that Danielle's watched I'm sure she'd do art for as well. So definitely give her a shout because she is very talented. A lot of the people I know are very talented people, and I'm lucky to have them in my life, to be honest. Controversial opinion, but I think that Toru should have ended up with Yuki. Personal opinion, I know, and I know that Kyo and Toru are cute and all that jazz, but I really like the idea of Toru and Yuki. I mean, I like the whole relationship they gave him in like the newer show, but still, like, bit upset. But it's okay. Kyo's still cool. It's just, you know, I have my preferences. Okay. Okay, so with this Sims build, I did take a lot of liberties, but I did try and keep it as close to the floor plan as physically possible. So I know that the living room leads into the kitchen and the hallway, so I made sure that it looked similar in that regard and the way that the rooms are placed. I tried to do the same thing for upstairs. They do have like a floor plan, so to speak, but it's a bit so like obviously not everything is going to be exactly on point, alright, but I still did a pretty good job, you know. It took me ages, you know, cut me some slack. I've got to say the hardest part of this entire build was doing the bedrooms, because in all honesty, like, yes, they are seen in their rooms, but from loads of different angles, and from certain angles it looks a little different. So I had to really look through some of the pictures and be like, right, so if Yuki's bed is facing this way, the window needs to be there, and it was a whole thing. I've never put so much effort into trying to make something so accurate, so, you know, I tried my best. But either way, there's also lots of, like, I've left the garden completely clear, or the backyard, whatever you want to call it, just in case people want to do whatever they want with that. And to be completely honest, I couldn't really find any pictures. Maybe I wasn't typing in the right thing, but yeah, there was definitely no point in me doing that. Obviously it's something that you guys can do if you want to take the build and better it for yourselves, but it's just something that I didn't really find. I tried my best with what I had, and the fact that I didn't have custom content, I was pretty proud of myself, because I know that you can get a lot of different kinds of custom content, and I know that anime content is quite like well made in the CC community, so I'm a bit upset that I don't have that capability. But it was still a lot of fun. It's loads of fun doing these builds, even though I'm not a good builder, do you know what I mean? It's just kind of fun to sit back, talk about the anime, or talk about whatever the hell I want whilst I'm building something in the background. It's great, but I will say it is hella time consuming. I was not expecting this to take up so much time. But I guess it just shows I've put some effort in, I guess. Also, the bathrooms are exactly the same. Don't question why. I think we've seen the bathrooms before. It's not that we haven't, but I swear they have just normal baths. But I just decided to make 2 separate bathrooms with 2 showers. You know, something a little bit more simple. I wasn't really too focused on the way that the bathrooms look, to be honest. I think I might have left the flooring the same as well. But that's fine. I can go back and change that. So I can't believe that first build I properly make, and I can't even like finish the carpet in the bathroom. How could I have even forgotten that? I must have just not noticed because of how white it was. I guess it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I can just go back and change it at the end of this video. I'll just make it a generic tile, probably like a green tile colour. Or maybe, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds good. But yeah, so obviously, I will be doing more in the future. I have some plans to do the Maid Summer Cafe, the Kami-sama Kiss Shrine, and maybe the Black Butler Manor, along with, what else have we got here on my list of things that I need to make. I wanted to build the Fairy Tale Guild in Sims as well, but that's going to be one of the hardest things to do, and I don't even know if that's plausible for me, because I'm probably definitely going to need custom content to be able to do that, which is a little disappointing, because I really want to make the Fairy Tale Guild, because I have to get together, so we could literally form a group. I could call it Fairy Tale, and that would be the end of that. That would be a great video. I did also do a build when I did my Danganronpa Sims video, and I made that house, but that one was really bad. I look back at it and I'm there like, oh, like it looks pretty good, but But no. Now I look back at it, I'm like, that was a mistake, and it was not a good house. I did try my best. I mean, it's an alright house for a normal sim, but considering I was trying to design it specifically for Danganronpa, I didn't do the best job. I'd say this is the best build I've made to date, which is not saying much because I have not built, as I said, I build a square, I put a door on it, I build windows, I call it the end of the day. So me being a builder, quote unquote, is not something I'm necessarily used to, but it's a lot of fun, and I see why people do this in their spare time, because like I'm considering doing it way more in the future, and you never know, maybe I'll improve in the future. You know, this is all a learning curve for me, so maybe once I've actually improved, it will, you know, I'll do a lot better, and then I'll be able to actually do more outlandish kind of establishment, so to speak. I really need to get Dine Out because that's the only expansion pack, stuff pack, game pack, apologies, that I do not have. And I really want to be able to get that, obviously, to do Midsummer. I also wanted to do the Tokyo Mew Mew Cafe, but that's going to be, the roofing. I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. I've been completely put off roofing. Everything about this game, great, but roofing, no, honey, I'm not into it. I really don't like roofing in this game. I can't do it. Like, I hate it. I used to roof so badly, like, they'd touch the sky. It was that bad. But I had to be really careful because with this roof, it's like a slanted roof, but like when it first applies, it's a lot more slanted than it should be. So it's a lot of readjustments, but you don't want to have it too low because then it kind of gets rid of the slant and it's just flat. It's a whole thing. Maybe I'm just looking too into this. I bet if like people that actually make builds on the regular ever saw this video, they'd be like, oh my god, what is this atrocity to humankind? But you know, hey, I'm working my way through it. I'm doing the best I can with what I got, okay? But either way, I'm thinking that maybe in the future I'll want to do some other things as well. Like, I was really tempted to do the school from Yandere Simulator just to see how convoluted that would be to build. It probably wouldn't be that hard, to be fair, but like you need a lot of space. I mean, if I was to stick it to just the high school, then that would probably be fine, but I know what I'm like. And on that note, Hope Speak Academy, if only, like, because I have the university pack, I'm gonna check and see if I can actually edit any of the buildings and just edit the outside to make it look like that, and then work on the inside, and then that way it doesn't lose its like student properties, I guess, because I'm always worried that I'm gonna mess something up in the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, I'm sorry for rambling. That's just the way I am. It's the way I was made. But I was also thinking of maybe making the Sims from Fruits Basket. Yes, well done. Well, grammar, English, beautiful. I was gonna make the Fruits Basket characters as Sims, and I was gonna put them like as a thing with this house. But at the end of the day, once I was done with this build, I was like, you know what? No. I might do in the future though, because I do really like Fruits Basket. Kind of more tempted to do other things though. I want to do some like manga backgrounds as well, and maybe a bit of B Gala HK as well, if you've ever seen that. Nod to that, love that show. But here I'm literally just doing Yuki's room. I think Yuki's room was the toughest for me to do because his room's messy when you see it in any of the pictures, and the way that it's like facing, it really threw me off. I had to like look up a load of photos to see exactly what it was that I was doing, and the reason that I ended up putting newspaper on the floor is because his room's messy and full of stuff, but I was going to be there forever putting like miscellaneous clutter everywhere around his room, so I did the best I could. But I thought, you know what, a bit of newspaper, just throw that down there, call it quits for the day, isn't it? So that's what I did, and you know, it worked for me. I mean, I like it, but you know, I'm biased because, you know, I built the damn thing, so of course I'd be biased. I think the easiest room for me to do was Kyo's room, hands down, because it did not take a lot of thought. I know exactly what the room looked like. You can find loads of pictures online of that room, and Toru's room was pretty easy as well, because obviously, although to be fair, it does differ through the anime, because like in the most recent one, her room's very pink, whereas in the original, I believe it's a lot lighter, and I believe in the manga it's different. So like, there are different variations, and I just kind of went with whatever came up first. There wasn't really necessarily a theme for like what version of this house I was going to do. I just thought, you know what, I'll probably end up putting elements of everything here. I did try and place these shelves down, but every time I did, they disappeared, and I have no idea where they went, but, you know, they're gone, so that's great for me. This house is probably going to cost a bombshell. I think it was like 50,000 simoleons, or 50-something thousand simoleons anyway, so it's going to be an expensive house, but it's fine, because it's got like not 2 bedrooms, dumbass. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, so it's got a lot of space. It's roomy, and you can put whatever else you want in there and change it to however you want it to look. I'm noticing this now, that the building's actually quite generic looking, like from the offset on the outside. It doesn't look as like as well thought out as I thought it was going to. Like, I don't know, I just feel like this building in particular is not like, it shouldn't be the hardest to do, and I feel like I took so much time with this and I shouldn't have needed to. This should have been an easy build for me, but no, I suck. So, you know, we did the best that we could, and now I'm just pretty much putting like greenery everywhere, you know, because you know what they say, like, as long as your front garden looks nice and you got greenery everywhere, it really lifts up the spirit of the house, you know, makes it look all new and special. Or, you know what, I should have made the house haunted just for a bit of fun. No, never mind, maybe next time. So obviously I used the Snowy Escape pack, which had all the Japanese stuff in it, and I just tried to fill it with as many Japanese items as I physically could, apart from the kotatsu table, even though that's something that I really wanted in my game. But no, like, it just wouldn't have worked, and it didn't look like it suited the place, so I removed it pretty early on. But there's actually not that long left in this build, you'll be happy to know. I am nearly finished. It's pretty much just touch-ups at this point and things that I wanted to finish off. Is this the best build I've ever done? Probably, but is it a good build in general? I'll leave that for you to decide, but I feel like it looks fairly accurate. But, you know, you've got to be the judge of that. I was going to make, like, this whole sand thing at the front, but then I decided not to. I don't know, I just like the aesthetic look of there being sand there, or, like, you know, I thought it was aesthetically pleasing, I guess, so I just kind of went with it and said, you know what, screw it, why not? And believe it or not, at the front those are doors, so they're doors that go onto the patio, and then obviously this is the show off of the actual house and what it looks like when I'm done with it. Again, nothing on the floor in the bathroom, who knows why, but I decided to put chairs in the living room because they can't sit on the floor like they do in the anime, so I just put chairs in there. And then the kitchen as accurately as I could make it. I did want those normal glass cabinets, but I couldn't find them anywhere, and that's the real crux of the issue here. And then Shigeru's room, and then obviously we've got the upstairs where we've got Toru's room, and we've got Kyo's room as well, and I kind of like it. I like what I did with the build. I really did enjoy my time making it, so it was a lot of fun. And then of course, last but not least, we have Yuki's room, and then we've got the patio, you know, outside area that you can do whatever you want with. And then I just kind of do a little twisty with the houses. But thank you guys so much for watching this build. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, good, bad, or whatever. And I guess I will see you in my next video. So see you later, guys. Peace.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving.